Jadir, Jongming, Bill, Sun. Now, today what we're going to be focusing on is close range defense. So this always sounds very confusing, but it just means that someone is close enough that you're either going to be using elbows and knees, or you're going to be grabbing and turning. So there's not going to be any palm strikes or front kicks because there's no space. So the three things we're going to look at today is the front choke, the rear choke, and the side choke. So the main thing that you want to remember for all of these are your stances. Your stances and your hips. These are your knees and your hips. These are the two most important things, because if you have better balance and you have better control over your weight than someone else, then you've got a much better chance of escaping or getting out of there. Okay, so the first one we're going to look at is the rear choke. Now, if someone has put me into a rear choke, which means usually the rear choke, they have one leg that's in front, the arm comes around, your neck is, or your chin is right where the elbow is, and they're holding on like this. They're trying to squeeze to keep you from getting any oxygen, most likely to pass out after a couple of seconds. Now, if Andre the Giant over here is choking me from behind, what I want to do is, first, like I said, boom, drop down. Strong stance, hips down, so I have good balance, lower center of gravity, and I want to create some kind of division between my neck and the arm. So what you can do is try and get your hands in there, put your chin down. This is what they do in a lot of jiu-jitsu schools, is to try and avoid a choke, you just keep your chin all the way down like this. So if you can do that from the start, someone's arm is coming around, you put your chin down, it's going to help a lot. So you're going to put your chin down, try to get your chin in between the arm and your throat. Now from this position, you want to try and move side to side as you're hitting the person in the back with elbows. If you want, you can go straight back. What you're trying to look for is the solar plexus or anywhere over here. Short rib or solar plexus are pretty good targets. So one more time, you're going to step down, grab, try to get your chin inside, and step to the side, elbow, 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 up until you feel the arm is slowly getting more loose. Then you want to try and roll out of this one when you escape. You don't want to get into this position, try and get the arm out like this, because if you're not fast enough, then this could possibly change from a rear choke into a side choke. We'll see how we can deal with that one in a little bit. So one more time, step down, try to get your chin. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you get it loose, you can try to grab and roll out of it, and finish with a side fist or whatever comes natural at that point. Okay, so practice this one a couple of times. Jadir, Jongming, Bill, Sun. The next one we're going to look at is the front choke. So we'll look at the front choke assuming that you are not up against the wall. This is if out of aggression or just sporadically someone decides to grab you around your neck and you're still walking, or you still have some free movement. The best thing that you want to do there is, so that's when my feet are next to each other, so you can face this side. We've got two hands around your neck over here. They're pushing. What you want to do is you want to use that momentum against them. So what you're going to do is, so let's say we have your right leg is going to step back as you grab this hand. So as you go like this, boom. So the same side, right leg steps back, right arm comes over, and now your left arm is going to swing as you twist your body like this. So let's try one more time. So imagine there's like the square. So you're going to step back, grab over the hands, so you can grab the wrist like this, arm comes over, and follow with the elbow straight to the head. Most likely what this is going to look like from the other person's perspective, I'm going to hold here, this always really hurts my wrist, and it's going to go over, and I'm going to be twisted up over here, and then elbow to the nose. So one more time. So you're going to go back with your right foot, and where we at? Going to grab the arm, swing over, twist your body backwards, knees bent, very important, and keeping your center of gravity in the middle. You don't want to be over here. Over and back elbow. You can try other side, so left foot steps back, grab the hand, over and back elbow. Okay, try this one a couple of times. Cheerio, 경례, feel, sun. The last technique we're going to look at is the side choke. So the side choke, most likely you're not going to be too worried about the breathing part, unless you are being held by someone that has done some grappling in the past. Because this is a very difficult position to be in. Most likely you'll just have your head stuck in here. If not, then the arm would go around the throat. But for now, let's just assume someone's trying to control you and they're trying to get you to follow them somewhere. So that's it. The arms around your head like this. Your body is most likely behind them, and because your head's just over here. What you want to do is you want to distract them. You want to get them to think about something else that's busy hurting so that they can loosen up their arm and you can escape. So what you can do is you can, same thing as before, boom, drop your knees, drop your hips so you've got good center of gravity, your legs are nice and strong, head's over here. You're going to hold on to this because you can also use this for leverage. So you're going to hold on to this. Someone's leg is over here. Now, this is a very good spot, like we've spoken about before, is a knee strike to the thigh. Nice dead leg on the side. What you want to do is you can't really use the leg that's in front because you're not going to really generate a lot of power from that. Because you're going to go off balance as you're doing this one. It's going to end up being more like a push than what it's going to be a strike. So what you can do is bend your knees, hold onto here, legs over here, get the rear leg ready, and boom, just like that. And you're going to keep doing this one. 2, 3, until you feel this arm loosening up. 4, and then you can push and finish off with any technique that you want. So let's try that one more time. Someone grabs you on your head, you go down, you grab their arm to hold onto them, to also make sure that they're not going anywhere or they're not changing position, and you're just gonna aim for the side of the thigh. 3, 4, and you can escape, and knee strike, any follow-up that you want to do. Same thing goes for the other side. If they're holding you onto this arm, hold onto here, hold onto the arms, rear knee, boom, into the side of the thigh. Luckily, if you're bending your knees, this is not going to be too much of a problem. If you're straight, then if your legs are straight, then that's going to be very difficult. Okay, so try this one a couple of times. Cheerio, 경례, feel, sun. Okay, so what we spoke about today was the close range defense. We had 3 techniques. We did the rear choke, front choke, and side choke. So the techniques or the solutions that we use, these are from our CKD handbook. This is the solutions that we decided it would also be the easiest for students to remember, because when the situation occurs, you don't want to get into something that's super complex and you want to think, okay, so my knee needs to go 2 inches to the left and then this foot goes over here and I do this and then I escape. You want to have something that's super basic and that's easy to remember, and that might also come natural to you if you practice it a couple of times. Some alternative solutions that you could use would be something like for the rear choke. If someone is really strong, you can't get their arm to loosen up. You can't get behind them. You can't get your chin behind their arm. Then, if they're standing like this, all you're going to do is you're going to try and bring your leg behind them, behind their front leg. Hold onto their front leg, and you're going to fall down. So one more time. If they're holding your, doing the rear choke, you're going to try and get one leg behind their leg, grab onto their leg, and just simply fall down. Because if you're falling down, you're about to hit your head, natural instincts will tell you to let go. So this can be the same thing for the side choke. The front choke's a little bit more difficult. Something that's also what could also be a alternative solution is if someone is walking up to you, they decide to grab you, 2 hands or even 1 hand, is simply to roll your shoulder and flick it off. Just like that. Very strange, but it actually works. So, someone is trying, same thing, grab over here, shoulder up, and you just twist your body out of the way. Okay, so these are some of alternative solutions that you can look at, but whatever feels natural and what you're more comfortable with, that's the one that you should practice. Okay, so if you have any more questions, you can just feel free to ask. And class here, Jong Nae, Pil San.